Welcome to Trading Up Special Edition, where we give you an inside look at job opportunities and the possibility to trade up your lifestyle. Probably one of the toughest decisions we make is what career path to follow, whether fresh out of high school or already in a career that isn't quite what you expected, or perhaps facing a job loss. What are your options? You could just immediately enter the workforce. Many today are hiring with no experience necessary. Maybe a 4 or more year college degree is your path to a chosen profession. Or yet, another option is to get trained by and learn from the best in the industry. A place where you can unlock your future. On this episode of Trading Up Special Edition, we're going to local 886 Plasterers and Cement Masons located in Toledo, Ohio. We'll hear from some of the people making sure our homes and buildings have smooth and flawless interiors. First, let's hear from Bill Helton, a true master plasterer.
My name's Bill Helton. I'm the plasterer teacher for Local 886. Local 886 is probably a smaller local as far as plasterers go. A lot of people know each other. We got a lot of older guys like me. So a lot of us been in it for about 40 years, 30 years. So we do EIFS, which is an external plaster, which you see on most of the buildings outside nowadays. We do drywall, we do putty coat, old plaster, we do cornice, crown molding, fireproofing, Basel Fon, which is a soundproofing. I'm not sure what the apprentices start off at, but we top out at 32 plus, and we get raises every year. And whether a lot of it goes to, some of it goes on a check, some of it goes towards our pension. You get a great retirement pension with it. You get a medical, health and welfare, medical reimbursement card. I mean, there's lots of things and lots of pluses, especially being in the union. We have an annuity, so we have a double pension when we retire. You get a monthly pension, you get a lump sum. So we do some stuff for Habitat Humanity and other stuff, like if someone has a church or something that needs something done during the school year and they bring it to my attention, we will go do it. We're not working over here today, but this is where we generally do drywall finishing. Then we'll do a putty coat, and then we'll do EIFS over it, which is an exterior finish. That's basically what this area is for, and so they can learn how to do drywall. This is our classroom where we do math. We have like 4 or 5 different workbooks we work out of. We do some blueprint reading, do a little bit of everything. Now we're gonna go into our training facility. We have some guys over here. They're right on the wall. It's AJ, they're filling it out flush so we can putty coat it. We also have girls in the trade. We have Ella over here, she's doing a corner. She's getting ready to brown in those 2 walls. We have a couple guys over here doing cornice work. They're mixing up their mud right now, and they're gonna run a mold, run a cornice in the corner. What he's doing now is he's mixing the lime and gauging, so the lime will set up and get hard. So we can go in here. And these are booths that we'd use for training, for competition. Usually take 2 guys to competition. This is where we can bench a mold. So like they're doing on the wall, we do it here and just bench the pieces. So what they're doing on the wall will look like that. So this was made out of a plastic one that was bought. This one's plastic. And we poured a rubber mold on it. Then we made a plaster one. So this is just our mixing area. Here we have our material, and right now the guy that's gonna mix for us is our business agent, Jeff Hoosterhouse. Really good guy, always here to help us out. He's gonna mix a base veneer plaster so they can coat those walls over there. And we're all kind of like a family here. Jeff's been here 40 plus years, 44 years. I'll be here 30 years in the union. Pretty much everybody knows everybody. now's the time to get in. I mean, you got people retiring, so you're moving right into a place that you can find a home in that company right away. Yeah, I've been doing it for 30 years. It's been great. I mean, I don't have any complaints. I haven't had any problems. If I need a job, I call my BA and he finds me a job, you know. As long as you're willing to put in the work and do your job, you won't have any problems.
Coming up on Trading Up Special Edition, we'll meet some apprentices and hear their thoughts on what it's like to be a plasterer and work in the industry. In our conversations with Bill Helton, what is the external plasterer coat used in the construction process? Is it A, Elsa, B, Acme, C, Alvis, or D, Ephus? We'll be back with the answer right after this. Welcome to the Operative Plasterers and Cement Masons Local 886 Union. We are proudly servicing Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan since 1946. We are the backbone of excellence, the architects of strength, and the builders of tomorrow. Elevate your skills, celebrate achievements, and build a future together. Plasterers and Cement Masons Local 886. For more information, call 419-531-5911 or visit opcmia886.com. Welcome back. Before the break, we asked, what is the external plasterer coat used in the construction process? If you answered D, Ephus, you are correct. Ephus is a type of cladding that provides wall exteriors with an insulated finish surface. They are applied in multiple layers over exterior sheathing to create an energy-efficient, fire-resistant, low-maintenance, beautiful, and versatile exterior cladding. Now, let's hear from some apprentices.
My name is Ella Moon, and I am a plastering drywall finisher first-year apprentice. I have been doing this job for about less than a year. I went to Penna Career Center for construction carpentry, and then my teacher had a few companies come in and do demonstrations about the different aspects of construction, and then someone came in and did this, and I really enjoyed doing this, so then I shadowed for a company. Then I went to work there for the summer, and now I'm here. So I was very grateful for those opportunities. Yeah, a typical day at work is pretty easygoing. Like, you have a set job, you know what you're doing, generally know how to do it. And that's basically what you'll be doing for until that job's finished, which could take a while or it could be fast. Here at school, we can do multiple things. Like today we're plastering. At the start of school, we were doing drywall. You never know for sure what you're gonna do at school, so it mixes it up and you're learning a lot more new things. Currently, my pay for a company I'm working at is like 18 to 19 plus some change. We have raises every 6 months from what I understand until we get to the top of it, which differs between some companies and the work you do, which is up to like $30, I'm pretty sure, which is really nice. And you get a bunch of benefits, and I get insurance, and that is really good. So I really like the pay. You get paid weekly too, which is nice. The safety gear generally depends on the job you're doing. I think most jobs require boots, that's for sure. Hard hats. Some you can not wear a hard hat, but generally you have to wear a hard hat. Safety glasses is a big one. Gloves are like a hit or miss. They want you to wear them, but technically you don't have to unless you're handling certain stuff. And then certain PPE is required for certain jobs, like face mask for sanding. Being a female in this man-dominated world, basically, for construction, I thought it was gonna be a lot scarier going into this, but a lot of the dudes here are very opening, and they're like, are you okay? Like, making sure I'm comfortable, which is very nice. I would say to someone who's on the fence about coming here is try it. Worst comes to worst, you don't like it, and then you can quit and do something else. But if you do like it, then you're already here. And it's not gonna hurt anything. to come here and try it. No one's gonna blame you if you're like, yeah, this isn't for me. We're gonna be like, you tried, and that's good. I do feel safe, especially with the people. A lot of these people, like, they see me as like their daughter or their sister, and it's just like a family, basically.
Ella is a first-year apprentice that actually started working for the company I work for, Integrity, as well. And I think there's a lot of potential for her in this trade. I think she fits in with the nature of it. It's tougher, so we're blue collar, and so that's Ella. And she's instructable. She can learn the job, and she's learning how to use the tools, and I think she's going to shape up just fine in a few years.
My name is Caleb Berger, and I'm a plasterer. I've been a plasterer for about 3 years. So I guess my story is I basically married into the family. So my wife, her family owns a drywall and plastering company. So I joined the company, we got married, and I've been still working for the company ever since. There seems to be quite a bit of training that's required for the position, but I wouldn't say any of it's like hard. It's just kind of figuring out what you need to do, doing the training that it takes so you can do the job and do it right, not just to do it, but to do it right. I'd say there's several positive aspects to the job. One, you get finished with the job and you can look at it and say that we did that was our work, and you can look at it and say, yeah, I think we did a good job on that. And you can take pride in some of your work, so I think that's one thing. The pay is a nice thing because you're going to get what you deserve in a way. The union is able to back you on that, and you're going to make sure you get paid what you deserve. You're going to make sure you get treated the way you deserve, so it's nice. I'd say come check it out. I mean, you'll never know until you look at it. I mean, if this is something you're interested in, this is something you want to do, it can be fun. For some people it's not their thing, but for some people they don't know it's their thing until they come and check it out. But it could be a good opportunity to come check out, see what it all is that we do, and you can figure out and then go from there. So we're gonna, this is a little bit of lime. This stuff's pre-mixed. We're just gonna put a little bit of this on our board, and then usually we'll just make a big hole in the middle of it. Turn it. Kind of fill that hole with the water, and kind of sprinkle it just into the water where the water is. You'll see it start to absorb that water. All right, then you let this set up for a little while, and you can see the different color. And you can start to begin to mix just the gauging that's inside here with the water. You're gonna get that mixed up a little. It's a bit of a process. You use your trowel just for that. And it's just all about working it together, getting it all mixed. So I just take a little bit. Since we basically got everything done, now we just kind of got to fill in little imperfections and stuff. So I know here's a big spot down here we got to fill. Yeah, fill in all the imperfections. And then, the cornice that we're running, and place that in here and run across it. It gives us our shape. So as opposed to what it did look like, what it looks like now. We'll just continue to take that mud and put it up there until it's filled and looks how we want it to look.
Coming up next on Trading Up, third-year apprentice AJ shows us the tools it takes to be a plasterer. Welcome to the Operative Plasterers and Cement Masons Local 886 Union. We are proudly servicing Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan since 1946. We are the backbone of excellence, the architects of strength, and the builders of tomorrow. Elevate your skills, celebrate achievements, and build a future together. Plasterers and Cement Masons Local 886. For more information, call 419-531-5911 or visit opcmia886.com. Fun fact: plastering is one of the most ancient building techniques. Evidence indicates that primitive people plastered the reeds or sapling shelters with mud, thus developing more durable structures and more efficient screens against vermin and inclement weather. The pyramids of Egypt contain plaster work executed at least 4,000 years ago that is still hard and durable. The principal tools of the plasterer of that time were in design and purpose like those used today.
My name is AJ Seckner and my job title is a plasterer. I've been in my current position for 3 years now. My story is I graduated from the University of Toledo in 2016 with a degree in human resource management, and then learned that that wasn't for me. Then I started driving truck for a guy from my church who owned a small construction company, and then he said, I need a drywall finisher, you're gonna be a drywall finisher. And then I started finishing drywall 4 or 5 years ago, and I joined the union in 2021. And here I am today. Yeah, I think it's a pretty common thing for people to fall on the trades unless it's something you've been doing your whole life. Like your dad owned a small company, or he was a chuck and a truck contractor and he took you along with him to jobs. So if it's not the latter, it would be the former there. There's always something different about each day. There's a lot of characters in the trade, so you meet a lot of different people, and every job is different. So you might be working downtown Toledo in a historical building, or you could be way out in the middle of nowhere and you're seeing a part of Ohio you've never seen before. I feel really rewarded, like I get to see my work, and it being the nature of the job is very physical. You feel like you earn your paycheck. So I find that to be really rewarding as well. That's how I feel at the end of the day. So you go through, the training that's required for my position is the trade school. And so this is my 3rd year, I'm a 3rd year apprentice. And you have to have so many hours in school to become a journeyman, which is the goal. And in school, so many hours in school, and then so many hours on the job as well. Some positive aspects of my job, it's definitely a team-oriented environment. I love that aspect of it. I like that there's camaraderie on the job site. It's not necessarily, I think stereotypically at least, an office environment is quieter and more reserved. So this is still professional, but people are interacting and having fun. It's a little bit louder, a little rowdier, which I also like. So it is a physical job. Some challenges of the job are that it's physical, and so you're grinding and working hard for at least 8 hours. Sometimes you do 10, sometimes you do 12, depending on the nature of the job and what it requires. So yeah, going to a university, you pay a lot of money. A lot of people take on debt, and they spend a long time servicing that debt. And you might get a job out of college and begin to be able to service the debt, but here you don't take on any debt, and we're getting paid to learn a trade. And you work with a journeyman on the job when you're not in school, so you're getting paid again to learn your craft and develop it. So there's a lot of reward there.
I talk about the tools. So this is a hawk. This is what you put the mud on, off the table or scoop off of a bucket. You gotta make sure it's got a handle, hold it by the handle. I wanna make sure that I'm not tipping it any way. I keep it straight up and down with respect to the ground. And then this is a trowel. You take your mud off your hawk with your trowel and apply to the wall. So you'll see that, more on that in a minute when the mug gets here. So I'm gonna take my trowel and clean the bucket out as he's got it, because the last little bit of mud is stubborn and doesn't wanna come out. So then I'm gonna come over to my wall, and you always work into your work, right? So I'm working down the wall, shovel, and I'm left-handed. I'm an outlier in the trades. Pretty much everyone's right-handed. So I work right to left, whereas most people are gonna work left to right. Just gonna go ahead, put that on, fill out the side, come back for another hawkful.
You can do now, and if you end up if your body hurts in 20 years, I think it's a pretty common reason people are afraid or hesitant to get in the trades. You could branch into something related. You could be a salesperson, you could be an estimator, you could be a project manager or an architect. There's avenues off of this, but it's a great environment. It's a fair wage. It's really rewarding work. You should come sign up.
Welcome to the Operative Plasterers and Cement Masons Local 886 Union. We are proudly servicing Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan since 1946. We are the backbone of excellence, the architects of strength, and the builders of tomorrow. Elevate your skills, celebrate achievements, and build a future together. Plasterers and Cement Masons Local 886. For more information, call 419-531-5911 or visit opcmia886.com.